how you doing? It's great to see you.
I'm oddly nervous. I feel like we're doing a play.
We are doing a play. Neither one of us have read the lines, though, and so it's going to be a big mess.
Improv.
When was your first time in New York?
Oh, gosh, a long time ago. I was, I think I was about 14.
Oh, you're a kid?
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, and I came here on my own, and I was staying with family friends who I'd known since I was even younger, and I was the token Brit amongst their American friends. They had two British parents, but they'd grown up all their lives in the States.
Where were you, in the city or what?
I was in the city. I was in upstate New York, and then we came into the city to do things like go and shop for skateboards and rollerblades, which I was all into. And
really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I used to skateboard, which is quite weird.
The rollerblading is really what stuck in my mind.
Yeah. I move on from that.
They didn't have those in England?
I don't know. You guys are always ahead of kind of, you know,
Thank you
outdoor
for saying
pursuits.
That. We appreciate it, yeah.
Not in everything, Jimmy, just in outdoor pursuits. No, I honestly don't know, but they were definitely cheaper here because the pound was strong.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I
it's
see.
good to shop here.
You were here to do discount shopping?
I was here to basically get a good deal. Yeah, you know Brits. But yeah, I had an amazing time. And
when you say you had an amazing time at 14 years old, what are you doing? Like, what's an amazing time?
So the family rented a place on Far Island, which is this kind of crazy community. It's quite sort of, one half it's really waspish, and the other half is this amazing gay community, and both sort of meet at odd conjunctions, which is quite strange.
Yeah.
But I just had a ball mucking around in sand dunes and skimboarding and yeah.
Doing American stuff.
Goofing about being an all-English American kid, yeah.
Nice. Were you drinking and stuff like that at that age? A little bit, maybe?
I think my mum's in bed. Possibly. Possibly. Yeah, no, I came back later, and I had a fun party time.
Between Doctor Strange and Sherlock Holmes, you have, like, I think you have a very focused and rabid fan base. True? Yes.
Again, possibly true, yes.
How are the fans different in the United States compared to those in England?
Not much anymore. You know, there's a huge amount of energy on both sides of the pond for these things, and I don't know. I mean, you guys made a lot of noise just now. That was kind of extraordinary.
That doesn't happen there?
No, it does. It happens on the Graham Norton show as well, and yeah, it does. It's not a competition. I wouldn't want to side on one side or the other, but you know, I think we've become more vocal as an audience. We don't just go, well done, very good.
I see.
Yeah, there's a lot more sort of involved rowdiness in that.
Is your wife, does she ever say to you when you tell her something, because if I was your wife,
if you were, Jimmy,
if I was.
If you were, just
if we were on Fire Island together.
Just think about it.
Living on the Fire Island.
What, living in secret on the WASP side or out in the open on the gay side?
Right there on the border.
On the border. Mm-hmm. Across the chain fence.
Exchanging
There literally
glances.
is like a chicken fence. That's really from my memory.
But if I was your wife, every time you told me something I already knew, I would say, no Sherlock.
Oh.
Yeah. Does that happen to you? Or is that just me? Is that a phrase over in England?
Yeah.
It is, okay.
Yeah.
Can you do a Brooklyn accent? I know you do a lot of accents, and I was impressed by your Thomas Edison, the way you
That's a Brooklyn accent. I need to hear it. Is that Brooklyn? I'm not sure.
I'll tell you what, that's pretty close.
Is that all right?
I printed out a Yelp review of Yelp Pizza, which
I might go a bit Queens, I don't know. Okay, right.
It's a very famous pizza place here in Brooklyn, and I was wondering if you would attempt to read it with a Brooklyn accent. If you want to scan through it first, go ahead.
More improv. Okay.
Yeah.
The pie was a masterpiece. The crust was thin, but not too thin, with a perfect balance of cheese and sauce. Basil was garnished on top.
No, we got to go back. It's basil.
Oh, basil, right, yeah. Basil. Thank you, wife.
You're welcome, honey.
Basil was garnished on top, was the highlight of the pie. How could basil be the highlight of a pie?
It shouldn't be.
Oh, Lordy. Okay, in my humble opinion, this is a classic slice. If you want artichoke, duck, or pine nuts on your pizza, get the out of here. Exclamation mark. You're wasting space in the line. That's
very well done. I think you've got Brooklyn approval. Benedict Cumberbatch is here. We'll be right back.
How did he get the bulbs? What a roaring silence from the brightest minds of America.
He's using Hiram's design.
Which Hiram stole from me! Sue him.
We already did. The court upheld his
I'm
patent.
talking about Westinghouse. Find an angle.
Take a trip to Barrington and see for yourself.
Anyone even slightly irked that 15 years of work is being filched from right under your eyes? Not again. I build a system here. And you go shopping for patents to cobble together something to legally steal what is mine. If the bulbs are a battle, then nail them on the dynamos.
That is Benedict Cumberbatch and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's fun seeing you and Tom Holland.
And the Beast as well. There is another
And the Beast
franchise,
as
yeah.
well. That's right.
Nicholas Hoult skulking
my
behind
goodness.
the glassware that I was crashing about.
It's a real super movie. Are they those
Yeah.
characters? Tom Holland's character, that is a real character, a real person from history.
Slightly amalgamated, but yeah, he did have, yeah.
How do you figure out how to play Thomas Edison, somebody we feel like we know everything about, and
Right.
yet we probably don't know much about?
Well, a lot of the heavy lifting is done by a great script that sort of unearths the human behind.
there
the
is a
genius
script.
and the kind of, there is a script.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay.
Unlike this.
That's a good
show. Yeah. No, there is a script, and it's a beautifully honed one, and it was a blacklist script, and I fell in love with the challenge of it as well. Again, bringing an American icon to life is quite a big ask for a British actor, so excuse me for trying in the first place, but I love a challenge, and
Yeah.
you know, it's a very difficult part of his life. He was a fascinating man. He suffered a lot of difficulties in his early life, came from nothing, seventh of 7 children, and was profoundly deaf and made his own fortune, wasn't really interested in the money, more about the prowess of being the greatest inventor of all time. And this is a story about him struggling to fight for DC current, direct current, as being the delivery system.
It's a lot of fun to learn about these
amazing.
people whose names we know so well, and also to learn that some of them weren't, these industrialists and inventors weren't such nice guys.
No, yeah. I mean, it's an interesting thing. I think in the movie, he's incredibly defensive. He alienates himself. I think, like I said, the difficulty he has with his hearing, sometimes he chose not to hear things. And in this, he misses a golden opportunity. Someone reaches out to be a friend. George Westinghouse, played by the brilliant Michael Shannon, who is extraordinarily good in this. And he wanted to help Edison take his electricity, his light bulb, which he helped invent the incandescent light, to the masses with his alternating current system. And Edison just saw it as a threat and clamped down. Dirty tricks were involved. He electrocuted animals with AC current to try and discredit him, and used all the tricks we're seeing demagogues use now in the political arena of using fear as a driver for populist opinion, and support. So it's a timely film in that sense. Sadly, we
Yeah,
haven't
and
learned
one of
that.
our leaders is very focused on light bulbs lately. I don't know if you're aware of that.
No.
Oh, yes,
What?
yes.
Are you repeating yourself to tell me in front of your audience?
No. You'll have to. You'll see what I'm talking about.
All right,
Yeah.
Sorry to
The
be
movie is The
behind
Current War, director's cut. Benedict Cumberbatch, everybody. Thank you for being here. It opens Friday. We'll be back with Kelly Ripa. If you like that video, then put a ring on it. Click the subscribe button below.